So in this session we will discuss about the dynamic CRM web services. So basically before going to web services, so what is a web service? Okay. So what is a web services? Web services are open standard XML or SOAP HTTP requests. So based upon the web application that interacts with the other web applications for the purpose of exchanging the data. So basically the web services you are using for exchanging the data between the two applications. Okay. So this is a old fashion. This is the initial stage of web services. So this request and response it will be in a XML. So next advanced version of the web services is the WCF services. So WCF stands for Windows Communication Foundation. So the elementary feature for WCF is the interoperability. It is the one of the latest technology from the Microsoft that is used for service oriented application. So whatever the service oriented applications you want to develop it, we can use for the WCF service. So based on the concept of the message based communication, which is in a HTTP request represented uniformly. WCF makes it possible to unified web API irrespective of device transport mechanism. So here for our CRM, we can simply I can say, so initially our CRM uses the WCF service. So next generation of CRM versions, they are using the WCF services. So third one is a WAPA. So latest versions of CRM, they are using the web API. So again, it is a next generation of the WCF service. So basically web API is it is a ASP.NET web API framework building the HTTP services that can be consumed by the broad range of clients, including the browsers and mobiles, tablets. It is very similar to ASP.NET MVC since it is contains the MVC feature. So here MVC is a model view controller. Okay. So it is generally we can use for web API it's same as the WCF service, but additionally we can we get some more features. So what are the features and all when you are covering this CRM in the CRM services and all? So when you are actually start writing the code and all, so I will explain the all the features and all. So next is the representational state transfer. So in simple we call as the REST methods. So this is a REST method is a part of the WCF service. So representational state method is a modern and easy way to consume the web service without using a SOAP. So SOAP is a old fashion of WCF service, sorry, web services. It will we have to pass the input as a XML format. But the REST methods, it will use the JSON object as the, we can pass as the request input as the, in a JSON object. Okay. So here by using a REST method, we can easily, by using a simple operations for get method, get, post, delete and put. So get method is for using the retrieving the for retrieve operations. For post method we will use for uh, create operation, and delete method we will use for deleting the records in the system, and put method we will use for the update method. For updating the records we will use the put method. So next, JSON JavaScript object notation. So JavaScript object notation is a simplified way to send the service, send and receive the messages, and that improves the number of bytes being sent or received by a service comparing with XML. When you comparing with the XML, it will be very less. So for example, if you see XML request, so if you're sending a XML format, so you have to form a customers, again we have to pass this one, and here we have to root element and again element, and like that we have to send it. But whereas in a JSON format, this is where we can pass it. Okay. So next, to open data protocol, so we'll call as the OData. So OData is a standard way to communicate the via REST protocols, allows the filtering and sorting and choosing the columns returned or more. So next, coming to the CRM, so on which version or which technology they are using. So CRM 4.4, they are using, it is a CRM 4.4 application. It's built on the web services. And CRM 2011 and CRM 2013 and CRM 2015, it is built on top of it WCF services. And CRM 2016, it is completely built on the CRM web API, and it will support the WCF service also. But in CRM 2011, its recommended way is only we have to use the web API. But still, the CRM 2016, it will support the WCF services. So next, the Microsoft CRM, they will categorize the services into different groups. So the first one is a discovery service. So discovery service is discovery service. Mainly they can use for the, so you don't know the organization and some details about the CRM organizations, and you don't know about the organization details. The discovery service, it will use for such the organize. If you pass the CRM some details, it will retrieve the, it will discover the details and it will send to us. And organization service is the main service. So to the server side code, we will use the organization service. And organization data service, it is used for in a JavaScript or client side coding. In a client side coding, you want to retrieve the, you want to perform any code operations like a update, create, associate, deassociate, any operations through a JavaScript, we have to use the organization data service. And deployment service, it is used for when you are through code you are deploying the solutions or performing the some deployment activities, you will use the deployment service. So to find this all the service URLs, we have to go to the settings, customizations, and select the developer resource option. So under the developer resource option, you will find these URLs like this. So next, discovery service, discover which is supports for more than one organization on the same server. So generally servers, it will support the more than one organization on the same server. Because of that, you need to query the general web service called the XRM discovery service that will give the right web service for the your organization you want to work with. So you can find the by navigation to the URL like a HTTP. If it is online, HTTPS. If it's on-premise, HTTP. Server name, port number. If it is on-premise, we have to pass the port number. Or if it's a default website in our IIS, no need to pass this port number. If it is online, the port number it's not required. So that specific server name we have to pass it. Here XRM services 2000/2011/discovery service. So this is the discovery service URL. So by using in a simple way, I can say by using a discovery service, we can able to retrieve the all the information of the particular organization. So for example, it will give the whatever the user name and password you are pass, what is the user credential you are pass. So that user belongs to which organization, that organization details it will returns. Next, organization service. So organization service, it's a similar way to the discovery service to form. So here server name, port number, XRM services / organization.service. So by using a organization service, you will able to perform these are the operations. These are the methods we will get in that organization service. Create, retrieve multiple, delete, associate, deassociate, execute, and update.